And now, all the news that's stupid from the names synonymous with stupid, Tommy and Rumble.
It's Stupid News time. Good morning, I'm Stupid Rick.
And I'm Stupid Tommy.
All right. So many people have called. So many people asked for faxes of this story. It's an actual letter that was sent through
an insurance company?
Well, no, it's the British equivalent of our workers' compensation board. They have some sort of board that people that are injured on the job receive some benefit from the state and stuff. And this is, honest to God, an actual letter from a case file. Mm-hmm. Dear Sir, I am writing in response to your request for additional information in Block 3 of the accident reporting form. I put poor planning as the cause of my accident. You asked for a fuller explanation, and I trust the following details will be sufficient. I am a bricklayer by trade. On the day of the accident, I was working alone on the roof of a new 6-story building. When I completed my work, I found I had some bricks left over, which, when weighed later, were found to weigh 240 pounds. Rather than carry the bricks down by hand, I decided to lower them in a barrel by using a pulley, which was attached to the side of the building at the 6th floor. Securing the rope at ground level, I went up to the roof, swung the barrel out, and loaded the bricks into it. Then I went down and untied the rope, holding it tightly to ensure a slow descent of the 240 pounds of brick. You will note on the accident reporting form that my weight is 135 pounds.
Oh, man.
Due to my surprise at being jerked off the ground so suddenly, I lost my presence of mind and forgot to let go of the rope.
Oh, no.
Needless to say, I proceeded at a rapid rate up the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I met the barrel, which now proceeding downward at an equally impressive speed. This explains the fractured skull, minor abrasions, and the broken collarbone, as listed in Section 3 accident reporting form. Slowly, only slightly, I continued my rapid ascent, not stopping until the fingers of my right hand were 2 knuckles deep into the pulley, which I mentioned in paragraph 2 of this correspondence. Fortunately, by this time, I had regained my presence of mind and was able to hold tightly to the rope in spite of the excruciating pain I was now beginning to experience. At approximately the same time, however, the barrel of bricks hit the ground and the bottom fell out of the barrel. Now devoid of the weight of the bricks, the barrel weighed approximately 50 pounds. I refer you to my weight of 135 pounds again. As you might imagine, I began a rapid descent down the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I again met the barrel coming up. This accounts for the 2 fractured ankles, broken tooth, and severe lacerations of my legs and lower body. Here my luck began to change slightly. The encounter with the barrel seemed to slow me enough to lessen my injuries when I fell into the pile of bricks. Ouch! Unfortunately, only 3 vertebrae were cracked.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to report, however, as I lay there on the pile of bricks in pain, unable to move and watching the empty barrel 6 stories above me, I again lost my composure and presence of mind and let go of the rope.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. That's how it ends.
Item number 2. We have several sources for Stupid News. This from a news magazine.
Modern firefighting techniques were utilized to combat a wildfire on the Côte d'Azur. 2 specially designed and built planes were used to scoop large amounts of water from the Mediterranean Sea and then dropped over raging fires. Everybody involved celebrated the success of the operation, but the celebration stopped when a body was found in the ashes.
Oh, man.
The coroner's report stated that the victim has suffered serious injuries by falling from a great height before being burned to death. He was wearing a bathing suit, snorkel, and fins. Imagine the horror of swimming along in the Mediterranean Sea when an airplane
Diving
down,
for coral.
scoops you up, drops you on a wildfire.
That's amazing to me. Hey, Bill, you smell a burning snorkel?
Smell rubber or something? Whew. That was item 2.
Skewer boy. Finally this. The Darwin Award is an award given out to the person who does something so stupid he's most likely to eliminate his species completely from the planet.
Yeah.
And this is this year's winner. Apparently, the Arizona Highway Patrol came upon a pile of smoldering metal which was embedded into the side of a cliff above a turn in the highway itself. Okay, so envision this. Think of those Wile E. Coyote cartoons. The road turns, there's a cliff going up right at the turn, okay? They found this smoldering metal embedded into the wall of that cliff. The wreckage looked like a plane crash, but it turns out it was a car. At the scene, the type of car was unidentifiable, but the lab has finally pieced together the events as they happened. Seems that some guy gets a hold of something called a JATO unit, which JATO, and it stands for Jet Assisted Takeoff, which is actually a solid fuel rocket.
Oh my.
And no, it did not say Acme Rocket on the side.
Oh, my.
It's the kind of rocket that's used to give heavy military transport planes a little extra push for taking off from short airfields.
Yeah.
Well, he'd driven his Chevy Impala out into the deserts and found what he believed to be a long, straight stretch of road. He then attached the JATO unit to his car, jumped in, got up some speed, and let her go!
Oh my God, I think you're sick.
Okay, as the facts is best to be determined that the operator of the 1967 Impala hit JATO ignition at a distance of approximately 3 miles from the actual
3
crash
miles.
site. It fired 3 miles away from where the car ended up. That was established by a prominent scorched and melted asphalt at that location. See, this JATO deal, if operating properly, would have reached maximum thrust within 5 seconds, causing the Chevy to reach speeds well in excess of 350 miles an hour. Continuing at full speed for an additional 20 to 25 seconds. The driver, soon to be pilot, most likely would have experienced his G-forces usually reserved for a dogfighting F-14 under full afterburner. Basically, making him insignificant for the remainder of the ride.
What do you mean insignificant?
At some point, he has to check out. There is nothing he can do. At those G-forces, you black out. You're gone.
Yeah.
He's out of it.
Oh my God.
However, the automobile did remain on the straight highway for roughly 2.5 miles, which is 15 to 20 seconds as best they can figure it, before the driver applied and completely melted the brakes, which blew the tires, leaving thick rubber marks on the road surface, then causing the 67 Impala to become airborne, covering an additional 1.4 miles. The car was off the ground for 1.5 miles, impacting the cliff at a height of 125 feet above the highway. This thing's still 125 feet in the air 1.5 miles later, leaving a blackened crater 3 feet deep in the rock wall.
Oh my God.
This is out of control. Most of the driver's remains were not recoverable, as you can probably imagine.
Oh my God, really?
However, small fragments of bone, teeth, and hair were extracted from the crater, and fingernail and bone shards were removed from a piece of debris believed to be a portion of the steering wheel. The stories, as they were told, are absolutely true.
And extremely stupid, and that's why we call them
Stupid News!